Hello everyone, here's 20 lines for you. This is lines 847 to 867. Let's begin these crucial lines. Excudent ali sperantia mollius aera credo equidem. These first few lines when Virgil is walking us through, I suppose, in praise of all of the Greeks and all of the Greek arts of astronomy and maths and speaking and such like, and sculpture. Excudent, excuse me, emphatic position. So, ali, others, credo equidem, indeed I believe. Others excudant, others will with a softer, will more softly, others will more softly excudant, carve out the sperantia aera, will beat out the breathing bronze, the sperantia aera. So this is the sculptors. So others will more softly beat out the breathing bronze, credo equidem, so I believe. Vivos ducent de marmore vultus. They will, I suppose, coax the living features from marble. Coax out, I like that. Ducent, draw out living faces from marble. The sculptors here, orabent, emphatic position here again. They will plead causas. They will plead cases melius, better. They will better plead cases melius there, comparative adverb. Caeli meatus. They will describent. They will trace describent. They will trace radio with a pointer. They describent, lots of futures here. They will trace with a radio with a pointer. So here we've got the astronomers. Astrologers or astronomers? Astronomers, sorry. They will trace with a pointer meatus caeli. The what do we want to say for that? The motions caeli of the heavens. And they decent, and they will predict, decent, literally they will tell the rising, sorgentias, that a nice sibilance there, the rising of the stars. Tu regere, in the contrast to that, we then have this remember Roman. This is, as MacLennan says, one of Winston Churchill's favourite lines. Tu memento, you Roman, remember, be sure to rule regere, to rule the world. You Roman, remember to rule the world with your imperio, with your power. Be sure to rule the world with your power. Hai tibi erunt artes, these will be your arts. Pacique imponere, to place peace, to impose peace, let's say that, to impose the custom of peace. Yeah, to impose the custom of peace. Parcere, to war down, to spare, parcere rather, to spare the defeated, and debellare, to war down the proud, superbos. I always flip that round. I always say to war down the proud and spare the defeated. That's the bit that Winston Churchill liked. Sic pater anchises. So this is Anchises, that statement of the Roman mission. Remember that. Please remember that for Roman mission. This is what Aeneid needs to understand, this aspect of Roman power, Roman leadership. Romanitas. Sic pater Anchises. This is the man he must become. Thus, Father Anchises added with them marvelling mirantibus, with them marvelling at haec these things, as spice, look how Marcellus ingreditor advances, graced with the spolis opimis, graced with the military spoils of the chief. Look how Marcellus ingreditor advances, insignis, distinguished with the spolis opimis, with the. This only happened very rarely. You only won these this particular distinction through single combat, defeating the enemy, the general of your enemy in single combat. So this is how he managed to do it. So look how he advances, graced, distinguished with the spoils with the spoils of the chief, with the spolis opimis, and how he superemit towers over all people as victor. Victor que viros. Look how he advances, distinguished with the spoils, and how he looms over all people as victor, towers as victor over all people. Hic rem Romana. This is the elder Marcellus. The later Marcellus we're going to talk about is the young Marcellus, is Augustus's son-in-law that he was hoping to take over from him, and he was distraught at his death. So this is the other one. When the Roman state is reeling, hic, when literally it is reeling for the Roman Republic, when the Roman state is reeling with great uproar, he will sistet, he will steady it. He will steady the Roman state when it is reeling with great uproar, turbante. It is reeling with great uproar. He will ride down upon Stanet, the Carthaginians, he was a horseman, ride down upon the Carthaginians and literally the rebelling Gaul and the insurgent Gaul, and he will suspend it, and he will offer up to Father Quirinus a third set of the spoils. So these spolia opima that Marcellus won, he won them at the Battle of Clastidium in 222 BC, when he killed the chief of the Insubrian Gauls. The only two other people that had done this were Romulus and Cossus, apparently, in the year 841. So, atque hic Aeneas. At this, Aeneas said, una, for he saw, videbat, for he saw a youth, juvenem, outstanding in beauty and in shining arms, for he saw going together with him a young man outstanding in appearance and in shining arms, but his expression was without joy and with, I suppose, a downcast face. With a joyless expression, and with his downcast face, with his director vultu. Who, Father, is that? Who is that Father that comitator, deponent verb, that accompanies him, that accompanies him euntem, going thus? Who is that man that accompanies the virum, the fighter? Who is that accompanies the man? But I think it's the fighter, yes. Our man now, our warrior, euntem, going thus. Is it Filius? Is it a son? Or is it some other descendant from, or is it Aliquis, or is it some other descendant? Is it some other of his descendants from his great heroic lineage? What a strepitus, you were judged, as MacLennan says, you were judged by the number of mourners that you had, the volume that they made. What a noise amongst Circa, his comitum, amongst his gathering, amongst his group, amongst his entourage, I've seen this as. Quantum, what great majesty there is within him. But, this is a grim way to finish on, but the dark night, circum willat, flies around, flickers around his head, but the dark night flickers with sadness over his head, but the dark, sorry, what about this? Yes, but literally the dark shadow, the atra nox, but the dark shadow of death, perhaps, kirkumulad, flickers over his head, tristi, and sadness. Very well done, I'll see you all next lesson.